Yeah, so we think that the loan growth will be very weak for this year. Firstly, well, I think first of all, the sentiments right now will likely to be remain very weak, given the uncertainty over whether the virus can be effectively contained. Secondly, banks now are also turning very cautious in extending new loans to preserve their asset quality and liquidity at this moment. And that's why I think given these 2 points, we think that the loan growth will be very weak for Indonesia this year.
And when will this loan growth recovers or pick up, in your opinion?
Yeah, but I think at this point of time, it's still quite early to tell. As mentioned earlier, I think there is still a lot of uncertainty over the trajectory at this point on time, because effectively it still depends on whether the government can effectively control the outbreak. And at the same time, as we speak, the government have been coming up with uh, bigger measures such as the stimulus measure to prop up the economy. So we will probably need some time to really see whether loan growth will pick up
So can we
down
say
there.
that it must be a difficult or very challenging that the credit growth in Asia Pacific can grow double digit for this full year 2020?
Yeah, but I think it's quite clear to me that the loan growth will be quite weak this year. As mentioned earlier, the operating environment for banks in Indonesia as well as the other parts of Asia will remain challenging. Given that, I mean, even when some countries have managed to control the coronavirus outbreak at home and started to reopen their economies, but there is still quite a lot of uncertainty down there whether they can still manage to contain the outbreak, and whether some of the stimulus measure they have come out, whether that will prop up the economy. And just to highlight again, now there are social distancing measure limitation on cross border travels in place, and that will mean that in terms of the business revenue, in business investment, you will definitely not return to pre-coronavirus level in the near term.